So we're going to learn about the great horned owl today. So first, Mr. Pussy is going to read a little story and to kind of get us started.
The faint crunch sounded deep in the frozen north woods of the great horned owl fractured the glazed snow surface on a large oak limb. That's a long sentence. The chilling February wind played with the tufts of feathers on this crouched figure as she surveyed the nearby trees. She gave little attention to the snow or the wind. Her keen eyes were in search of something more important. Suddenly, she spotted what she was looking for. Her large, powerful wings spread and lifted her to another tree for a closer investigation. The reward of her search was an abandoned crow's nest. It passed her inspection. She began pecking her way into a frozen crust of snow and added a few branches. The breast feathers, with adaptation completed, it became her home, and within a few days it contained 3 white eggs. Now began the months of dedicated sacrifice which were carefully given by the horned owl in a remarkable way. This early nesting was an unusual sight in the frozen forest. It was a full 2 months before other birds would do the same. And for a good reason. The cold days and colder nights made the owl a prisoner on her nest. If she left the nest to find food for herself, she would run the risk of her eggs freezing. So she went without much food during the critical incubation period. But a new hardship revealed another disadvantage of the early nesting. One afternoon, the sky darkened. A heavy, thick snow pelted the mother owl. It clung to her feathers as well as the brooding eggs in the nest. The owl fought to shake off the deepening snow, but never left her eggs. Wow. After 4 weeks of keeping the eggs warm, 3 cream-colored downy owlets hatched. Now, the reason for the early nesting became apparent. The owlets opened their pleading mouths, and the parent began their race to keep them filled. Their appetites were enormous. The task of feeding would be impossible were it not for the mother's early nesting. This gave her the advantage of being able to spot a passing meal on the floor of the forest. Leaves had not yet grown on the trees.
Months. About a foot a month. Anybody grows a foot a month in here?
Yeah, there's 2 feet.
There's 2 feet, guys. Yeah.
From 3 inches to 2 feet. That's fast.
Fast growing. All right. There's a lot of bird watchers have come to see him. What happened, my neighbor, he has a lot of gardens in his backyard. They've got plants, vegetables they planted all around. He went out one day and he saw this white milky stuff all over one of his bushes. What is this stuff? And then he looked up. He found the owl. Yes, it was the bird poop. But he's been roosting here for about 2 months. He has himself a new wife. They have mated and have children. Now, at the beginning, they were hooting back and forth to each other. But now they're very quiet. They have a nest. He still stays in this tree. He doesn't go to the nest. Mama has the nest. Probably. I have something exciting. I want you to know where we're going to. When owls eat, we're going to learn about this. They eat, what did it say they eat? Rodents. They also eat small birds. This is how it works. Does anybody know how it works?
Yes. No.
What do?
They digest it in their stomach, and then when they poop, the bones and feathers or fur of the rodent goes with the poop.
No. You're very close.
Close, but not quite.
Exactly. Okay.
Okay. So they eat and digest their food.
Listen, please.
And then they barf the bones and the fur and all that stuff their stomach can't digest in a little pellet called an owl pellet.
Or casting. All right, so he's on. Okay. And they do eat the mice or the small birds whole. It goes in their stomach. They have these strong acids which just make the animal that they ate turn into like liquid. So powerful. And what's left is the bones, the skin, feathers, some fur, and that they regurgitate, which is a nice way to say throw up. And we are going to examine these castings. So here is a casting.
Oh. What is that?
So that looks like it could be mouth. There's also some bones. Let me show you. I have a couple. We have one for each table. You see the bones sticking out?
Yes.
So that's what, after you do some research and learn, we're going to read about owls and get some information. Then our job is going to be to carefully take the castings apart.
Ew. That's not
You're going to have a piece of cardboard and you're going to glue any hard surfaces. So any bones, if you find fragments of feathers, I think I saw a fragment of a dragonfly wing. Whatever things that you can find left in the casting, I want you to glue it onto the cardboard. And if it's just fluff, then we're going to throw that away. So, we're going to use measuring. Once we get to this point, I'll just tell you now, we have a couple of different tools that we're going to measure how much does this casting weigh. We're not using it now, sir. We also have a variety of tools to magnify and see, maybe you can figure out what part, which bone of the mouse. Is it his backbone? Is it maybe their arm bones or whatever they call them, feet? Just to see what you can find. Maybe it's a little bird. You might find the bones of a little bird. Okay, so before we get to this part, we're going to have to do a little research. I want you to know a little about the owl. So I hope I have enough for every 2 to 4 people. We'll see how this goes. Partners, read on this first page, and you're going to see this picture down here. Is this fiction or nonfiction reading?
Nonfiction.
You are right. It is nonfiction. You see that they have titles, and it's broken up in pieces because there's a lot of information here. We're going to look at different pieces. What I want you to do is work with your partner. Please read over the first page. It looks like this.
This one here.
Okay, click, one click at a time. Try to get to 0. How many?
7.
7?
9.
How many?
10.
No, it has to be at the 0.
That's the color. It's not going to kill someone.
You can.
4.
I get the blue.
Look at the beauty. It's so fun. Oh, you're going to touch your Brooke. Oh, Brooke touched it.
And that's a big problem. Well, there's like a bunch of backbone.
You're not supposed to retouch.
All right. How much is yours? 4. 4 ounces. This one's 4.5. 9. 9.5. 9. 9.5. So some days he eats good and sometimes he doesn't eat as good, you think?
This one's good.
I don't know. The bones and whatever he's eating must weigh different amounts.
Bones.
All right. Now, you have your attention?
Yes.
Your next job is to actually start taking it apart. This is where you really need to have your mask on. gently work on the cardboard paper that you have. Take it apart. Excuse me, I hear talking. Thank you. Gently take it apart and look for bones, fur, feathers, bug wings. I don't know what you may find. I've never done this before. This is exciting. All right? Annie, listen. Please. Girls, anything that is substantial, like a bone or a wing, we want to glue it onto cardboard. If it's just weird stuff, no. But something that you can actually identify, we want to try to glue it, glue bones, etc. on the board. Okay? You understand your job?
Yes.
Go to town, please.
I haven't
Okay, you need to keep it down on the paper. Guys, please keep your, no. Put them apart. I'm going to give you another board to work on.
Okay.
Yeah, pull what you find out of the casting,
And you got to glue.
set it aside, and then when you get all your pieces together, then you can glue it.
What's the right on?
Casting on this.
You can write the weight.
Oh, okay.
I know, but I want you to have a glue board and a working board.
That's gonna be nice.
Oh, here's a big one.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah, that's a skull.
They found a skull.
That's cool looking.
Ooh, I think you got a bird or a mouse.
I think I got its ribs or something.
Yeah. Awesome pieces. Show them the camera here.
Right here,
Show the camera.
Show the camera, Erica.
Awesome.
rib.
Down.
Cool.
You face it down.
Nice.
That's a mouse. Look at
Yep.
it. It's
It's a little mouse.
It's a rat. Yeah,
Rat.
look at its teeth.
Little rodent.
Brown hair.
Oh, yeah.
Leg bone. This is gross. No, it's
Cool.
not. At least I get to glue. Maybe it's a joint. Oh, this is like.
Oh, no way.
Let me see.
It's alive! Oh, get it to your table. I found a live worm or something in there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Who does not have a magnifying glass? All right, here we go.
They found a live bird. Oh, that's so cool.
That's gross.
They found a live boy.
Worm.
Look, they found a live worm in the
Where?
How did it get there?
Look at the tiny
You gotta put that right on.
A nail? All right.
I do not know how to glue that piece down.
Okay, hang on. You left a lot of this stuff in there.
Yeah, she had trouble getting it out. I couldn't get that out. Righty, okay. Yeah, these do look like ribs. Mr. Toriella, we got ribs.
Cool.
You want me to see if I can clean this out better?
Ribs of what?
Yeah. Ribs of a rat.
Oh, okay.
Right.
And then we found a jaw. Yeah, I want to see the jaw. Show down a little, please, Mr. Toriella.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
No. Some of it might. We got a little claw.
Uh-huh.
What you want to do?
Yes, sir, Mr. Potate. What?
We gotta wait for her skull to get back before we can finish. Why are you treating
The little fraction. 1, 2, 3. One you can see with the naked eye. These you couldn't.
Oh, there's 3 of them? There's 3 of them. That is so cool. Oh my gosh. What is that?
Yeah, what is that?
It's either engraved or it's fur. It's
That's
engraved.
crazy.
Does it look like both the sticks that make the X could be the same length?
Yeah.
You see the one from the center? There's one that goes to 1 o'clock.
And then there's one here.
But then there's another one.
That's like way too
How did the X's get on the bone?
wild.
Is it
I'm gonna move
from
the.
bites? From
No, I mean that almost looks like a pen or a pencil.
But it was in the
Like a pen.
middle. It was in the
marked
middle of
into
a
the-
casting.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Hear me now. It's in the middle of a casting. That's it.
would that be
You
from
guys
the
don't mind, but
claw?
there's also one above it. Go up, right there.
Right?
Where did that light come from?
The
Oh, the
camera.
camera. Oh,
But it almost
Right there.
appeared
Yeah, let me circle.
that's the side.
Nice job on your bone board.
This is the bones of a rat and some
maybe a mouse.
barf of a bird.
No, that's-
Owl barf. It's
Yeah.
called owl what?
Casting.
Owl casting.
Good. Oh, look at all the fish come up for food.
Cool.
Dinner time for the fish.
No, this is a lunch.
Oh, okay.
Dinner's after. Did you see his eye?
Yes.